do. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. Who likes that countdown? Me.
That's awesome.
Welcome everybody. Welcome. Today is our Rumble review, and we are obviously rumbling about Mr. Grinch. You see him behind me. There's
You're
three
a mean
movies.
one.
That's right. There's three movies. We got the original Dr. Seuss cartoon. We got the Jim Carrey. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Right.
The original is called the Grinch. What's it called?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Right. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I thought it was like some other name.
No.
Anyways, but then you got the last one, 2018, just called The Grinch. That one's a different name. That one is. So let's say hello to everybody. We got R2 the Icky. He posted at 7:00. I don't know why he posted so early. He said the, and then on his
Grinch.
other channel
Dun,
that
dun,
he,
dun.
the Grinch.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Nice.
He tells everybody to vanquish the like button. Yes, please do. We got someone at 8:30 saying I subscribed. David,
You know who that is?
Who is that? Is that your friend?
That's Davey Long with the navigator for Captain's Quarters podcast.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
sweet,
that's my
sweet.
boy. That's my buddy.
Hey, all right. Well, welcome, David, if you're still here. We got JT Gunter. Cool. It's been a long day. He's going to do his best to pop in. And that was at 8:44. All right. So then at 9:00, we got Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike.
Hola, hello,
Uncle
Mike. And Grandma's watching with him. So hello, Grandma.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer. No.
And then we got Mr. Aedo's wife. Hello.
My girl.
Yeah. Who else is on here? We got Avery Cruz. Hello, everybody. Wing hugs.
Hey, well,
Woo.
that's awesome.
Tabitha went like this.
I know.
Wee.
Guys, I've been out of it. I'd like to acknowledge the elephant in the room that is Tabitha. And I just want to say, like, where was Mike? Like, congratulations on coming back. Where nobody was excited to see me. Look, I've been gone for like a week.
Hey, I'm excited to see you. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
Not too long ago, but I'm excited to see you again.
CG artist.
At this stage of my life, every moment is precious.
That's right.
When you can hear me talk.
We got a CG artist, Ron.
Ron, what's up?
We got Kaylee just came on. What's up, Kaylee? All right. And then here we go. We got Lulu. Grinch heart. Yes, we love the Grinch.
Or do we?
Or do we? Or which Grinch do we love the best? That's what's coming up. But before we get into that, let's talk about that awesome stuff we call merchandising. But let's call it giftadizing. Giftadizing today.
That's good.
Because not only can you buy our stuff, you can also gift it this month. Over here, we got the other way. We got our beautiful mugs at InsideTheBoothTV.com/shop. We also got some beautiful koozies.
Koozies.
That's right. Koozies that make your soda cozy.
Cozy.
Or it can make you cozy too if you put them on your hands or something. We also
repurposing.
That's right, repurpose them. We also got these beautiful shirts. This is the 5 categories when we do our reviews. We also have hoodies, neck gaiters. We got phone cases now.
That's right.
And for a limited time only, we also have wing hug stuff. The wing hugs. So go get yourself some giftadizing wing hugs. Because giftadizing is where all the real money of this podcast is made.
That's right. Nothing says I care about my loved ones like getting a beautiful Inside the Booth gift.
Yeah. That's right.
Just saying.
That's right.
And for the cold weather, you guys have sweaters too, right? Or no?
Yes, we do have sweaters. Yes, we got pullover hoodies and we got regular zip-up hoodies. Right. Those are the sweatery-ish things. They're hoodies, but
they're the same. But they're good.
Sweaters with a hood. It's the same thing. Right. By the way, we got a first timer. Yeah, we got a first timer. The Ocha Z. Oko Z.
Something. A cozy. Are you koozie?
Yeah. Do you got a koozie? Cozy. I was gonna with the Z there. It reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. Because it's capital O and then a capital Z there.
Right.
My brain just goes different places when I see names and stuff. I don't know why. I'm just weird. I'm just a weird guy.
I do that too.
Kind of like that one time where I talked to the Gilk man, which with if you change the G to an M, it's called the Milkman. And I think I don't know if I offended him or something, but I mean he seems like a cool guy. He still follows us on Twitter, so he didn't get all mad and go like I'm not following these guys no more. But
so Sam's like, oh, the Milkman, and he's like, Milkman.
Yeah. Ocho. Okay, so it's like Ocho Z is 100% correct.
Correct. Look at that. Nailed it.
Beautiful. Ocho Z.
Do we know the meaning behind it? Is there a meaning behind that?
I don't know. Ocho.
Be interesting.
Isn't that a
Ocho's 8 in Spanish.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I'm not sure.
Ocho. All right. Yeah. So, anyways, everybody knows who Aedo is, right? He's been on our streams before. So I guess let's just welcome him. All his stuff is in the description in the link below. R2 is also putting them up there. So then he also did Tabitha's. Remember, everybody, Tabitha also has her own channel. You can go subscribe to that. And and she also makes stuff on Etsy, so you can go get some giftedizing over at her place too.
That's right. Some limited edition Star Wars Christmas chibis.
There you go.
That's cool.
I got somebody that bought a whole bunch of Jabba the Hutt mugs from me recently, and I'm like, that's so cool.
Oh, that's cool. That is really cool. What else? ESPN 8, the Ocho is from Dodgeball.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen that. I haven't seen that.
ESPN 8. Now, what is that? That obviously that's the sports channel.
Channel
8.
It must be from the movie.
We got Steve over here. Steve Giblin.
What is this?
Right?
My first name. Giblin. Yeah.
I would have said it's my first time here too, but I'm
in my face homemade burger.
Homemade burger. We're doing good. Probably not as good as you sound. Though.
Do it,
I know.
Steve. Stuff it in there, dude.
Put that cheeseburger in there.
Homemade burgers are the best.
Oh my goodness, this is so good.
You got the Grinch thing going down
over there.
Well, it's a picture of Grinch, Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I love a cheeseburger. That was for when we start putting these to audio. People can hear that and be like, "Oh, that's cool." You guys are seeing me. What is it called? Using my imagination.
Oh,
Peter, you're doing it, Peter. You're doing.
Oh, right from the
hook. Anyways, let's get back on track here.
The Grinch, everyone.
Yes, the Grinch.
That way.
The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So I guess we'll start with the first movie. And what's the rules again? We all get 5 minutes apiece to tell
my watch out
what we like and what we don't like about each movie. And then and then we just kind of banter back and forth.
I like how you've been doing this for like 4 years, is it, Dan? And you're like,
yeah, that's right.
Like
yeah,
you're one of the founders of this channel. Are we doing it again?
What are we doing again?
That's
What's
great.
the rules? Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah. So we're doing the original.
Yeah, we're doing the original first.
Okay.
So I'm going to let ladies go first tonight. And then, so she doesn't have to. We're trying to get her not to talk as much because she still needs to save her voice for Tuesday.
Right.
Tuesday
is a lot going on this week, so.
That's right.
All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and go. I mean, I like the first one. I grew up with it. It's one of my dad's absolute favorite Christmas stories. And so it's tradition. Every year we have to watch The Grinch. And I mean, I like it for that reason, I guess, because I grew up with it. But I have to say that Dr. Seuss stuff kind of freaks me out. I have a weird, I don't know if it's like a phobia. I can't say it's a phobia, but it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like stories, and this happened really big in like the 80s and stuff like that, where the landscape is just monotone as far as there's like nothing. Like it's just the same thing for miles and miles. And I know it's weird, but it just creeps me out. And so when you have the Grinch and like everything's just the same, there's only this tiny village and his little house on the top of the mountain, it weirds me out, man. But and I don't know, the style of Dr. Seuss, and I love Dr. Seuss, I love the stories and everything, and the Grinch, I really like the simplicity.
Green Eggs and Ham is my favorite, I believe. That
one's good. I like the Sneetches on the beaches with the stars upon bars. But
yes, that's a good one too.
Or the Lorax. But again, is that I don't know, just something about everybody having long fingertips and curly shoes. I don't know. Like it kind of, especially when I was little, it just kind of weirded me out, creeps me out a little bit. And I have to admit, I don't like the color of the original Grinch. Like, and I think that makes sense. He's kind of this putrid green. He's not like a nice, pretty green. Yeah. Like even the green that's in your Grinch right over here is a much more satisfying and enjoyable to look at kind of green. But I think that's supposed to be part of the story. I don't know. So, I mean, I like the story. I like this, the simplicity of it. And then the music and everything like that. There's been so many different renditions of the original songs, but they're just not the same. They're just not as good. And so for overall, I really enjoy it. I watch it every year and I like it, but there are just certain things about it that just do really creep me out from a weird standpoint. I can't explain it. It really has nothing to do with the story itself, but I would recommend this movie. I can't see how somebody wouldn't really like this story. I mean, it's not exactly a feel good movie, but it is, at the end of there, of course, with his heart growing and everything like that. So
you also got to remember the original is only like 30 minutes long,
and I like that. That's one thing that I like about it. But that's the other thing too. If you're comparing the other films, and we'll of course talk more about that later. But it's like, the simplicity of the story, because there's no backstory. We're not wondering why he's the Grinch. We don't wonder why he's, it's not taking the time to explain why he's green and what made him all bitter and nasty. And Cindy Lou's mom, is working 3 jobs just to get, food on the table. Like, we don't have all of that stuff. Yeah, it's just it focuses on the simple story, and that's why I think that one's the best. And I'll just stop there.
Right.
Gotcha. All right, Aedo, you're next.
Well, I'm gonna tag along with you, Tabitha. When it comes to the original film, very, very creepy. Even when he smiles, it's borderline demonic. I mean, I look at it, I'm like, ugh. It's oh look, there we go.
There it is.
It's a creepy look.
Yep. The smile is really creepy. Why creepy?
Absolutely, I'm with you, Steve, on that one. When he picks up Max, he's up in the mountain. He looks at him, and he gets that sinister plot in his mind, and everything just distorts. And you're like, dude, I'm not watching this anymore. As a little kid, you're like, you're like done. Yeah, exactly like that, dude. What?
Oh my goodness, Dan! What the freak?
Other than that, the voice of the original doesn't resonate with me. I mean, it's off. The narrator is the voice of the Grinch, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't. Typically, you have somebody narrating the movie, and then the Grinch has his own voice, so it doesn't blend in. But in the original, it's the same person. So it just doesn't. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't flow with what the Grinch is that we know. Again, we were spoiled with Jim Carrey and what he did, but because that voice is iconic, and so when you see it on the original, you're like, yeah, this sucks, you know.
But you got to remember when people watch the original more, and then when the movie came out, they probably thought, oh, Jim Carrey, the voice, you know, it kind of sucks.
No. I get that because you were used to the original, you didn't know any better.
Right.
But in this case, for knowing what we know now, and we go back and you look at the original, you're like, you know, the colors is very matted, right?
Yeah, it's
very matted.
It's kind of
there's no vibrance to it.
Yeah. Like dull. That's
dull, very dull.
Dull and muddy.
Yeah, and it's creepy with the little kids running all over the place and sliding down the slide, and you're like,
with their Wonkas and their curb blankets.
Yeah. You're like, give me my BB gun, or you know.
I know. What are these things? What is that?
Start shooting them.
These things, yeah.
Yeah, that's about. I mean, it's good for its time. It definitely was good for its time. When I was growing up and I watched it, I didn't know any different, and I thought that was cool. Still creepy, but it was cool.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right. My turn, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, this first one, you know, obviously it brings all the other ones because it was the first thing that happened. I mean, before this, obviously, was the book. You know, he wrote the book before he did the cartoons. And so, well, before I keep talking, let's grab a couple of these. Dan questioned who would win a fight between the Grinch and Cat in the Hat. I think Cat in the Hat, right? Isn't there a cartoon about the Grinch and the Cat in the Hat? I think there is.
I don't know. But I think that the Cat in the Hat is a lot more clever than the Grinch.
Yeah.
Agree.
Not the Michael Myers Cat in the Hat, but the original Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
Michael Myers Cat in the Hat. That dude with the knife was the Cat in the Hat.
No. Mike. Isn't his name Mike?
Is it?
I don't know what you're talking about. Isn't Michael Myers the guy from Halloween?
Myers.
But is Mike Myers?
Yeah.
But
the guy who did
the comedian, I think his name is the same thing.
Yeah, no, it's Mike Myers.
Name.
Could you imagine a crossover of Dr. Seuss and Halloween?
Yeah, it's Dr. Evil, the guy who did Dr. Evil.
Yeah, Mike Myers.
With Mini-Me, you know.
He did Cat in the Hat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did Cat in the Hat.
And his real name is Michael. So, yeah, I was right.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I went off way off.
World,
Tabitha.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about, Dan? I mean, go off the show for 1 week and we're so out of sync. No, I get it. All right.
Okay. Anyways, yeah. What I'm saying is that his Cat in the Hat was a little awkward. It was too much. Yeah. It was too much trying to be like the Jim Carrey Grinch, I think.
Yeah.
If you go and watch them back to back, I've
still a good movie though.
They're good movies. Yeah. Austin Powers. That's right. That's right. He played Austin Powers. Little perverted guy. Anyways, yeah. So besides that point, I did have. Okay, David said he's watched it every year, which would be about 54 years. Wow. Yeah. That's dedication. Watching it every single year of your life. That's dedication.
Well, that's what we do. I've been doing it for 30-some years.
That's right. And you guys watching this for 30 years, right?
Yeah, that and Christmas Vacation for me.
That's right.
And The Christmas Story.
The Christmas Story is really good. Yeah. All right, so the cartoon Grinch. I like the cartoon Grinch, you know. I like how he finds out what he can do to kind of steal Christmas, and what, you know, he finds out by throwing his dog in the snow, and then his dog comes out of the snow with a beard and a pretend, you know, snow beard, snow hat.
He's like, oh, I always felt bad for Max. That was the one thing, I always felt so bad for Max.
Crazy idea, an awful, crazy idea.
Wonderful, awful idea.
Yeah, a wonderful, awful idea. That's right. That's what. We got Rogue Disney. Tom, hi, how you doing? Thanks for coming. So yeah, the cartoon. You know what? I like it. Would I say it's? I know we're not, at the end yet to say which one's our favorite, but would I say it's my favorite?
To hold off to the end, Dan. Keep people on the edge of their seats for the grand reveal.
For the grand reveal. All right, yeah, I like
Rumble, baby, Rumble.
Yeah, I like the movie. Mostly because it's the one that started it all. Obviously the book started it all, but if it wasn't for the book, he would have never done the cartoon. So, and if it wasn't for that cartoon, those 2-hour movies would have never been made. So,
agree.
So yeah, that's it. Beautiful. All right, how'd everybody like that one? The cartoon.
That was a nice.
I'll tell you at the end. I'll tell you at the end.
You'll tell me at the end. I think we already know it's Tabitha. You said it was your favorite, so
sorry, I broke my own rules.
You did.
Well, but I have other pleasant things to say about certain other feature films, so I'll leave that in history.
All right. So Tabitha, you can go first with Jim Carrey's version, 2008.
Okay. Right. Let me start my clock. I hated it. I'm done.
Wow. That was awesome.
That was quick.
I did not like this film at all. There's a reason why I never watched it until the other day. I think, again, that's just because of my personal preferences, but because Dr. Seuss's style already kind of trips me out. The fact that it comes in live action just makes it
with their noses kind of like,
Oh my God. It's not their noses, dude. It's their fingers. I have this thing about weird hands. No, I have to give mad props. Well, to the props, to the costumes, to the prosthetics, because I'm really into studying things like that as well, like watching Face Off and stuff like that. And to be able to see Jim Carrey's face move so well, his forehead and all his cheeks and things like that under such a heavy dose of makeup and
I think
foam or silicone
too.
So. They were.
And but that's still just so amazing to me how, especially, in 2008, things had really come far, but do you also compare it to now? And it's just like, my word. And so I have to say, like, this movie, I think the cool thing about this movie, though, I will say, even though this is not my favorite and I don't like watching it, I can appreciate what went into it. And it was neat how this film, it kind of reminded me of what I have it written down. What was it? What was that Peter Pan, that theater edition of Peter Pan with the woman who played as Peter Pan?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
It had that theater feel. Like, this didn't necessarily look like a movie set. It looked like it could have been a Broadway production because it was very small, the set. It wasn't, you didn't necessarily they did it with CGI, but you didn't see beyond the city necessarily and beyond into the mountains. Everything. I like the fact that the set was built, it wasn't all, cheesy CGI stuff. And I really give mad kudos for that. But it's just, and Jim Carrey did a good job, and him being the way that he is, it's just, I don't know. It seemed a little too, strange and bizarre, rather than being Grinchy. The Grinch was just kind of goofy Grinch. I don't know, something like it. Just, I don't know, it kind of threw it off for me. But I know that they were trying to appeal to children again, whereas the other one is outdated, and so they did make the colors, like Aedo was saying, that these ones are more vibrant compared to the other one. And but I don't know if you guys ever saw Beakman's World. It was a TV show learning about science back in the day. It was kind of like a branch off of Bill Nye, only a much goofier version of it. And that's kind of what this reminded me of as well. But I think like acting and everything, they did really well. It's just somehow just kind of weird for me. This is not a film I would ever care to see. And this is also the thing. This is like this jump start to all future Grinch films. It's not so much of How the Grinch Stole Christmas as why the Grinch stole Christmas. They decided to put this backstory about how he was adopted and all this kind of stuff in there. And while I understand that we all wonder, why is he the only one that's green? What made him hate Christmas? It's just like, I don't know, adding so much to this simple story that's unnecessary, in my opinion. So, you know, again, I give mad props to the costumes and everything. It was well made. It's just not my style of movie. And I think it's just too goofy, to be honest. Too goofy. And nice. Scene.
And okay. Before Aedo goes, let me hit some of these comments real quick. We got Phil in the house. Phil, what's up? What's up? He says, howdy, everybody. Looking good in the Santa hats. Thank you. Thank you. Obviously, Aedo looks the best because he's got that white beard. Aedo, you got to do like a ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
There you go. See, that was almost like Santa. Sounded exactly like
How would you know, Dan? You ever heard Santa?
Oh, yes.
The real
you try to capture him
on
once.
my rooftop. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Heard him
I think it was just your Grinch character that was fooling.
Oh, yeah. Well, you never know. Maybe he was stealing my presents. Steve says Jim Carrey went through Hades. He went through hell in that costume and makeup. He had to get special training to learn how to handle the pain.
Yeah, I can see that. I can imagine
and
how
even the
heavy.
contacts.
Oh, yeah. I mean.
And then Phil saying, which Grinch movie are we talking about? The Jim Carrey one right now. But we're talking about all three there, Phil. And Dave also says Jim Carrey had to talk to Dr. Seuss's wife to convince her to let him make the movie. Oh, let them make the movie. Interesting. Yeah,
I can see that. It's such a classic. It's one of his most famous books. So I can see where they want to be extra cautious about trying to make a rendition of it and possibly taint, Dr. Seuss's story. Right. But he's canceled now, so everything's up for grabs.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss's books are all canceled, right?
I think it was just I saw it on to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Yeah, because it makes a reference to some Asian guy apparently, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street, and they said that was culturally insensitive. And that book, I think you have to pay like $400 if you want to buy it on Amazon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Vader Reviews is here. Hey, Vader Reviews. For my money, can you beat
you should see
Coral Fizz?
It's a rap. Shalom.
Yeah, David. Thank you, brother. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me fill in the story here because this is gonna
fill in your story, then you can talk.
Yeah, then I'll transition into the critique of the movie. The reason why David says that is that we were at a friend's house, and the wife of the friend makes hair pieces. Now, you guys know that I'm clean shaven. I'm bald, right? So she brought this hair piece, but the top of the net piece, it looked like the yarmulke, the beanie for over Jewish, and it had the hair falling down the side. I look completely Jewish. I'm telling you. So we all started going, I mean, we did the whole thing. We were all dying in tears of laughing. It was a good time. It was a good time.
That's fun.
All right, let me transition from that to this.
All right, yeah.
Good, great. Thank you, David.
Yes.
Love you too, brother. So the Jim Carrey movie. I'm the opposite to Tabitha. I absolutely love this movie. I thought it was well made. From being a prop guy, I agree with you when it comes to the props, the sets, the makeup, the costume design, the music, everything from this movie was absolutely on point. And even the backstory to the Grinch, him going to school and him creating the shaving, how he fell in love and he tried to shave himself and he cut himself and they made fun of him. And you felt that pain that he was going through, that rejection. you felt that too. So it took you to a whole nother part of a movie that typically wouldn't be there. So you got to feel that emotion, then it brought you back into the current state where you see why, amongst all the other things, why he's pretty ticked off. I mean, he doesn't. The only thing we don't know if he's like the bastard child of Yoda, because we don't know that. You know,
a Wookiee and Yoda.
Yeah, we don't know. Wookiee have Yoda. We don't know what happened there, so that would be interesting to find out where the origins of the Grinch, how he came about. But overall, the movie was amazingly done and filmed. And yeah, you're right. It doesn't give you beyond the town, but it was focused. The intent was to focus on the town and the joy that was there where he was separated from. And he's trying to fight that joy that wanted to be happy because he'd been hurt so much. So that was good. And then having him in the lair, and then everything he came out of his mouth. And Jim Carrey's probably the only character that I know, actor, that could have pulled this off.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody on this planet that could have done it like him. Period. There's not even Mike Myers. No one. Now, live action.
About Eddie Murphy and Jack Nicholson, to name a few, to possibly play.
Oh, really? Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about Jack Nicholson. He'd probably be too, a lot of powder. He likes white powder.
Yeah,
but it's not snow.
Jim Carrey just has the body movements. Like all the other actors don't necessarily have that weird way he can just kind of wiggle his body into those weird shapes.
Right. And the facial.
Yeah.
To be able to
Jack
move.
Nicholson with his smile, he could probably pull off the smile part.
But that's about it. He can't dance around the same way that Jim Carrey can.
Or even the voice of the Grinch, that life, that grittiness, it was really, really good. It was well done. Yeah. And create that face under the prosthetics to make that move the way he did. It was just phenomenal. I thought the movie was well done from start to finish. I didn't find anything wrong. It was hilarious when he's like hate, absolutely loathe.
Yeah, right.
I love all that when he's talking about him. A certain time he goes, nope, can't make it there. I can't cancel dinner with myself. I already did that once. Because he can't make it. He doesn't really beat up a whole lot of Max the dog, but he does.
Did appreciate that.
Yeah. We're in the other films. I'm like, oh my gosh, poor Max.
Yeah,
they would beat the living daylights out of him, but in this one they didn't. So I liked how it all tied in. I think it was a well done movie.
Yeah, that's good. All right,
that's good. Thanks, Aedo. Moving on.
That's your opinion, but
hey, that's called Rumble. Rumble, girl.
Rumble.
But just stop.
R2 says the Grinch sniffs some Bam Bam if Jack Nicholson played him. Yes. I need to watch that again. I haven't seen it in years, and you're making it sound good.
You must have missed my review. Total opposite.
Yeah. You missed your review totally, Tabitha.
Don't listen to Tabitha. She's going to ruin it.
Look, I know what I'm talking about. I know what freaks me out.
Yeah,
I know it personally attacks me.
I know it's weird and crazy. So let's this okay, I'm gonna start. This movie for me, I liked it, especially when I was younger, because I was definitely a Jim Carrey fan. I loved a lot of his movies, his comedy, and I liked the fact that he was playing the Grinch. I think he does a great voice for the Grinch, and it's just that. But watching it recently, there are some innuendos that I don't care for. Some of them sexual innuendos, and you're like, yeah, they could have done without that. They could have done it because it's supposed to be a kids' movie. I mean, I understand throwing some adult stuff so that the adults can enjoy the movie too. But
what
at
were
the
the
same
innuendos?
Time, you don't
remember those.
watch it again.
There are some in there, but that's every movie. Yeah, anything you look at,
you're right.
They're going to throw that in there. And if you're going to judge it based on his person as Jim Carrey now, you're not going to like it because this guy's lost his damn mind. You know.
Yeah.
But back then, he was fantastic. If you're critiquing it for back then,
that the fame got to his brain and he lost his mind. Other things can lose your mind too, but. But you know, I did like this movie. This movie actually made me like the cartoon, the old cartoons. It made me like it made me go back. You know,
right
when I was way younger. But definitely, Disney was always notorious for their innuendos. Yeah. Is this a Disney movie? That Grinch? No, I didn't think so.
Not this one. But I agree with him.
Yeah.
But a lot of cartoons, definitely, yeah.
Everything is filtered with that.
So I do like this movie, you know, because I do like Jim Carrey. I've even thought about last year I was thinking about doing a GoFundMe so I could buy the costume, this costume of the Grinch, so I could walk around like the winter villages and stuff like that and be like
I just don't like it.
just act all over and, you know, take things from people and be like, you don't need that. Alrighty then. I'm the Grinch.
It just creeped me out, man. I don't like it.
You know, and that's the thing, you know, I mean, he didn't throw it over the top and he did make it goofy.
See, I think he did. I think it went way out there. Like he wasn't really that creepy and grumpy. He was just kind of
What are you talking about? The original was that.
No.
Yes, it really was.
The original didn't dance around and do gymnastics and weird stuff. Like that's not.
Wow.
And I just don't think his voice was creepy enough either. Like again, I just thought it was too goofy. Like, you know. But again, you know, it was a well-made movie. I just don't like it.
Right. Hey, we got the famous Vader reviews talking over here saying Jim Carrey's Grinch voice sounded like a goofy Sean Connery impression at times. That isn't an insult, by the way.
I don't know.
You went from a crazy guy to a wife beater. Yeah, I get it.
It's crazy.
But don't we all from time to time? I'm just
oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
Tonight on the Channel 2 News, a green Bigfoot was spotted in downtown area, terrorizing people about his YouTube channel.
Yep.
And that's what I would do too. I'd probably throw out give out some business cards to my YouTube
I just didn't like his body either, even in the original cartoon. Like it's just, I don't know. It's shaped like almost like an eggplant. I don't like that.
Yeah, like weird. A light bulb. It's true.
It's
true.
That. So when they brought it to live action, it was just like, ew.
Yeah, it's different. It's absolutely seeing a hairy guy with no underwears on. Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. We got the Outer Rim saying greetings, Dan Tabitha.
Jamie.
You know? That's right.
Unbelievable prop guy right there.
Oh yeah.
Great.
I just want to say, if it's okay, Outer Rim, to just exalt myself for a moment. But he said that my Chibi Jawas drawing kind of inspired some of his Christmas decor. So
sweet.
Oh, very nice.
So that was really cool. He did a really great job. I loved his decor.
And your chibis were really good too,
Thank
Tabitha.
you. I thought so.
We got JT Gunter saying, yo ho ho.
Ho.
And a bottle of spicy rum. That's right, because you got to put that Christmas spice in there.
Oh, okay. I don't drink this. I don't know. It just didn't sound. Well, I'm thinking like Texas Pete.
Yes. And Shrek, the innuendos would go right over the kids' heads.
But Shrek was that really considered a children's film when it came out? I don't think it was geared towards children.
I don't think so, because it was definitely Mike Myers' thing. So,
I don't think that was intended to be a children's film. I think people thought it was because, of course, it was an animated cartoon. But I don't think it was actually supposed to be intended for younger audiences.
Right. Phil says, my favorite chibi Tabitha did was Of Me. Aw, how sweet.
Oh, thanks, Phil.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, sweet.
All right, so yeah.
He's like, move along.
The Grinch. Let's just move on to the next movie, shall we?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So, Tabitha.
This was the first
notes.
Of course.
I should have wrote some notes down to make me sound a little bit smarter.
That'll be the day. I can't wait. 2022.
Well, do it. Tabitha just went
forget it.
Back that bus up.
Run me over. Now, when is Tabitha gonna draw a chibi Darth Vader? The Empire needs to know.
Well, let me put a pause on my timer here. This is eating it. Look, guys, I've got so many things going on. I can't keep up.
Well, Vader reviews. We'll make sure she makes one for you.
Rogue Disney is in front of Vader, and about 17 other people are in front of Rogue Disney. So we'll see.
Hey,
I appreciate.
I'm just letting him know that I'll push it. That's all.
I appreciate the interest, though. Thank you. That really is encouraging for reals. But anyway, The Grinch, 2020. This was the first time I'd ever seen this, and when I saw that it was, when it was coming out, I'm like, oh great, another Grinch movie, like just what we need. Since we all know how thrilled I was about the previous one, so I was surprised that I did enjoy this one more. But again, I think it's because it was a cartoon, it wasn't real life. So the creepiness was toned down quite a bit for me.
Cumberbatch.
And I was surprised how much I enjoyed Benedict Cumberbatch as the Grinch, even though he didn't sound quite as cantankerous. Again, it was just total surprise here and there. One big surprise.
3 totally different Grinches altogether.
Oh yeah. One thing I was really I'm talking like shock value, like sit up in my chair and go, what? Was the fact that when the carolers were singing, they were singing a Christian song that still included the parts of Christ and Satan. And I like, to save us all from Satan's power when we have gone astray. And I'm like, what the frick? This is great.
And they're chasing him.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I don't know if that was part of because I can see where that part of the song, especially the way the choir was singing it, it's kind of, a little bit more serious. And so maybe that was supposed to be the flow for that. But I'm just saying the way that the world's going right now, where everything's taboo and they're trying to make all holidays non-religious, like non-denominational, I was quite surprised, and pleasantly so, that was left in there.
Right. Agree.
I do. Again, this is another movie of why the Grinch stole Christmas, rather than so much of how the Grinch stole Christmas. So it's like all these subplots, and I think it's because we've entered into this era of why are the villains doing what they're doing, and and it's almost like that was kickstarted, I guess, maybe with like the TV show Once Upon a Time, where we see the backstory with all of these villains. And then, of course, this led to like Maleficent and totally changing the backstory of Sleeping Beauty.
That's so stupid.
I thought that was great, but calm down over there. Now, the problem for me was that while that was a really interesting change in the story, it just bred all these other ideas into people. Like, we need to know why bad people do bad things. And I'm like, imagine if they did that with Die Hard. Like, all of a sudden we've got the Hans Gruber edition of Die Hard and what made him turn bad. Like, it just, I think that just kind of,
then everybody would hate Bruce Willis's character.
I just think that there's too much of all of that going out. And again, we're overcomplicating a simple story. But I will say that I think that this was I would rather watch this one again.
Evil people do evil things because they're possessed by demons.
That's not true. But that's not true all the time. It's not true all the time.
Think about it.
I have. It's not scriptural. But there are demon possessed people out there, but I would disagree and say that they all do things bad like everybody's bad because they're possessed. I think you have to be a certain level of evil to be. But anyway, I don't know. I would rather watch this movie than the live action one. Again, I was pleasantly surprised, but I think again because it was a cartoon, and I really like the bighorn sheep. Like I thought he was cool. I don't remember what his name was.
Is Aedo still with us?
He's circling.
Okay, I thought so. I didn't know if it was my side or if it was not my side.
He's
all right.
Swirling.
Aedo is we lost connection.
But I mean, you know, I think I have to agree with you, Dan, though. It's like we're falling into this snare of trying to justify all of the villains.
Mm-hmm.
And while sometimes that's kind of cool and appropriate, again, we've just like every story is starting to go that route, even now with our Christmas stories. And I don't know. I think that just kind of it gets too philosophical, too psychological. And it takes away from just, like I said, simple story, fun, you know, not everybody's interested in what their mother did to them as a child that made them turn into the Grinch or, or Hans Gruber.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked this movie. It's not my favorite, but I would watch this again.
Right.
The Krampus got him.
His wife says
he was like,
is good, so he's
talking
trying
about
to
demons.
figure it out.
I'm leaving.
That's right. That's right.
I don't need
wife
that.
says they're trying to figure it out. So
well, we're so glad that his wife is with us to explain where Aedo really
That's right.
is these days.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
I don't know. Should we wait for him or?
Well, do you want to do a plug for where we'll be on Tuesday while we wait for Aedo to come back?
Sure, and maybe since there's more people, let's tell them a little bit about our giftinizing.
Our giftinizing, guys. Merchandise. You can get our awesome koozies, our wonderful, comfortable, snuggly hoodies and T-shirts. And you can also get our mugs to keep things warm if you want to check us out. And you can also support us on Patreon if you're so inclined. We appreciate everybody who has donated and supported us thus far. And we've got some really cool content coming in 2022, which we're really excited about. We're going to be souping things up around here on Inside the Booth. And so on Tuesday, you want to go ahead and take that over, Dan? You know more than I do.
All right. On Tuesday, we're going to be at the Scuttlebutt Podcast.
That's right. A Red 5
We
network.
will have don't forget, we will be here also, but it's going to be pre-recorded, so you can always come back to watch that show. But the Scuttlebutt Podcast is going to be awesome. We're going to be there at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same as we do here, but we're going to be at his podcast or his show, and all of us are going to be there to say hello, and we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Fun
I'm excited.
Stuff, so it's going to be awesome. So come over there and watch it. Aedo's been sitting in the background for a few minutes. So yeah. Sorry, I don't have your Patreon link. It's I think it's just patreon.com/inside the booth.
Inside the booth. You can just type that in and you'll find it.
Yeah,
right
just
away.
type it in. You'll probably find us.
Thanks, I'm sorry if I scared you with my comments.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Demons don't exist.
Stop being so sensitive.
Okay, I know what actually happened. Tabitha said didn't like. She's like, I don't like Aedo. I'm taking him off. She took me off.
That's what. Yeah. All because I said demons exist or something. She's like,
he's gone.
Aedo? He's gone. Aedo's like, I don't need that in my life. It's almost Christmas. Like, there's some salt over my shoulders.
Let's do the Grinch Jim Carrey laugh.
It's creepy, dude.
I don't like that in the real world. I don't like that.
Keep it in the cartoon world, yeah.
Yeah.
What did I miss? What did I lose?
Talking about
saying, everybody's doing the
Grinch.
Villain's backstory, and it's just kind of getting overworked. And I was saying, well, I'm not saying it's stupid, but it's a trend. And it would be like I was saying, if they decided to make a Die Hard movie about Hans Gruber and what his mother did to him to make him the way he was,
right?
So
okay,
do we really need that? Would Die Hard mean as much to? I've never seen Die Hard, but would it mean as much to people if they were sympathetic to the villain?
I see your point on that. I see your point, because then they feel it takes away from him being the evil, right? Where he should be, stayed there, and then okay, I get it. That you're right.
And also in this movie, he already kind of had a tender heart because he wasn't as spiteful, and he was much nicer to Max than any of the other films.
Yes,
and
yes,
so I have to say he wasn't as Grinchy, so it wasn't that phenomenal when he had a change of heart.
Right.
You assume Aedo had to swap out an Ewok out of a big hamster wheel.
Yeah.
The power is internet. Yes.
I got porgs running on mine, man. Remember Star Wars?
It'd be great.
Little porgs. All right, so it's my turn to critique this.
It's your turn. Since this was your first time watching it,
it was
awesome. So
it was.
Out of this story,
but believe it or not, I really, really liked it. It definitely was very wholesome. It warm. I liked the story, how it went. You're right about the Grinch. It's a little softer on this one. It wasn't so Grinchy. Right. The only thing that threw me off the movie is the little girl. What's her name again? Cindy Lou Who. She is eerily similar to the girl from Despicable Me, the one that wearing the pink with the little the little Scully hat.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, her. Identical in the voice, in the face, in the mannerisms, identical to the girl from Despicable Me. And I was like, it threw me off. I was like, wait a minute, what is she doing here? But other than that, it was great. I love, in fact, I'm actually I was talking to David from Weedy Wacky Workshops of making the clock in his bedroom. I want to do the clock. I'm going to make a prop of it, full size, where, he throws and it keeps changing the music.
I will have to
Feliz Navidad, and then he throws it again.
There you go. I do have to say one thing. It is not the same girl that talks for that other girl. Edith, it's Dana. Sorry. Dana.
You're talking about the voice?
Yeah. Dana.
No. Yeah, I know. But it's very similar. That's what I'm saying.
He's talking about the character herself.
The character itself. If you match them up side by side.
You're saying the drawings.
Yeah, the cartoon itself. Right. You put them side by side, they're identical. And I was like, wow, that's creepy. But it worked.
Yeah,
it worked. Great movie. The fact that all those folks chasing him while he was singing.
For showing up.
Good night.
Got a long day tomorrow.
Great movie. Really enjoyed it, and I watched it today. It was my first time, so yeah. I've seen it, and the previews and the trailers a long time ago, but I never got around to doing it. Just sitting down and watching it. Yeah, and I was like, man, this is really, really cool. The voice of the Grinch, it's not the Jim Carrey voice. Right. Would have been cool to hear.
Did you watch it with your wife? Did she like it?
No, she hasn't even seen it.
Oh, yet. She hasn't seen it.
I just sat here in front of my computer and I watched.
They're married. They don't do stuff together. Come on, Dan, get in the real life.
Yeah, we do. 20 plus years together. Yeah, we do a lot. We do everything together. So yeah, absolutely. Wise. No, we'll definitely sit down. No, I'm
just kidding.
Jesus.
So, you surprised I'm still single?
Mental note. All right, so hands down, I really enjoyed it. I think that this was really, really good. By far, out of the let me stay quiet, guys. So we're supposed to do that at the end, right? Not show what our favorites are.
Oh, that's
our favorite.
I keep ruining and spoiling it. So
yeah.
All right. Who says good night to JT, and yes, he is a graphic designer. He's pretty good. Yeah, I like him. He actually took the wing hugs design that R2 gave us, and he kind of spruced it up. So I'll be also making them into t-shirts and stuff.
We need our campfire T-shirt, Dan.
That I know we do.
I know
that slogan. What the?
We can't remember what it is.
I know.
We might need your help.
Okay.
After
Whatever
this podcast, let's talk.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Unfortunately, I got a jet too. Oh man, Dad is forcing me to spend Father's Day time with him.
Come on, Phil. Enjoy it. You only get one dad.
That's right. Make your dad watch us too. Maybe that'll help.
There you go. Do it together, like Aedo and his wife. Like
that's right.
Watch stuff and do stuff together.
That's right. And
no.
R2 and his
trying to make up now, huh?
I forgot Christmas around the corner. I want presents.
Yeah, that's right. Behave.
That's right. Somebody's watching.
So yes, you guys kind of pulled some things out of my mouth. What's it say? Dan kind of looks like the elf boss from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah,
nice. I like that hat.
That's true.
I have no idea what that guy looks like.
Those old animated, stop motion cartoons. Oh, they're so awesome.
Is it because I got a chubby face? Is that why?
Chubby Lubby.
That's right. I got more to love, everybody. My wife loves it. My wife loves me.
Dan, please contain yourself. You know what happened last time you talked about these things?
No, yeah.
Nothing. Nothing happened.
Then I said something like,
"Did you catch that stream, Aedo? Take it off.
Yep. Not meaning, like in a
right. It just
sexual way. It was more like, you look like an idiot. Take it off.
It was just so funny. That's one of my favorites.
Oh, it's the beard and hat, he says. All right, can I look it up real quick?
Smile?
Not my contagious smile. Is my smile contagious?
Yeah.
Phil sounds like my son.
People love your laugh.
Nice.
Phil sounds like my son.
All right, let's I'm gonna look that up. Elf boss.
Now I have to say, with stop motion movies, like I like them. I like the original Christmas cartoons of Rudolph. But as I got older and then I started understanding how stop motion was made, it's difficult for me to watch anymore because I find it kind of irritating. The idea of how much patience and time it takes to move the individual pieces for set by, frame by frame.
That's why I love it so much. Are you kidding?
I appreciate the work, but it kind of irritates me because all I can do is sit there and think, oh my gosh, how long did it take to film this?
Yeah, but they remade it, right?
No, I didn't.
And they used a lot of they did the puppets and everything identical to the original. There's a documentary. If you go online, look at it. It's amazing behind the scenes and how they use the modern technology to incorporate with the old way of stop motion. Still stop motion, but the modern technology made it so much better. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, wow. Steve likes the whole stop motion. So do I. I love it.
I mean, I've messed around with it before myself in my personal time, but it's just.
And even though it's kind of dodgy or something, it's still cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Yeah. So Dan, do you look like this dude? Did you find him on the internet?
I did find him.
Dan's like, he's not quite as miraculously handsome as I am, but I'll take it.
If you shave here, he's got the goatee. But his hat's green, but it's a pointy hat. This almost looks pointy-ish because of the shape, And then
absolutely,
it's got the
I give you a high five for that. Right. Not the only person who thinks that way during those kinds of movies. That's right.
Well, women are weird, man.
You got her back. Look at that. She's right in front of you.
But everybody knows that, Dan, but that has nothing to do with like female organs. Like that just has to do with
Well, I know that. It's just their thinking process is weird. Like if we watched a Hallmark movie, girls would be all into it.
Excuse you, sexist comment in the house. I hate Hallmark movies. By the way, guys, we're going to be watching Hallmark movies for
for the rest of this
for one of our episodes, one of our streams. So check us out for that. But no, I hate Hallmark films.
Yeah.
So excuse you. Go ahead, talk about the Grinch, Dan. Go ahead. I dare you.
Let me talk about this Grinch. Dr. Seuss's The Grinch with Benedict Cumberbatch. You guys pretty much said most of it. I really did enjoy this movie. This was like one of the better ones that I did like. Yes, it was irritating that he wasn't as grumpy or as grinchy as he probably should have been. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think it was fun. It was like a fun movie. I like the black guy that decorates his house. He was hilarious. And the Grinch was always like, this guy's an idiot type of thing,
He dyes it with chocolate something, he said.
Yeah. He's always happy. What's wrong with this guy,
Yeah.
So, I just liked the way it happened. And like Tabitha said, the music was pretty phenomenal. They stuck with a lot of the old Christian Christmas music,
Oh,
that's the part. To me, that's phenomenal because in movies today they don't do that. They don't bring out the old Christian Christmas music. I mean, you can. They hardly do that. Even like if you walk through a store or something, you don't hear that anymore, which is sad. You hear all this like hip hop stuff that was made like a year ago, and it's like it doesn't even sound like Christmas music, and you're like, what is
Mariah Carey all over the place.
Yeah, and it doesn't even sound like I mean, even Frank Sinatra was good for crying out loud for Christmas music.
Dean Martin,
play some of that, or
some Dean Martin,
or Bing Crosby.
Yeah,
Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Dolly Parton.
What? Working 9 to 5. No, it's not a Christmas song.
Christmas to remember, man. It's not Christmas comes
on. But yeah, so I would have to say, since I'm going to put it out in the bag here, I would have to say the 2018 The Grinch is probably my favorite Grinch movie. I did enjoy the first one because it brought everything together. I did like the, Jim Carrey one, but it just, there's parts in it that just made you cringe sometimes, after rewatching it or whatever. Elvis made some good Christmas music. Yes, he did. He also did. Did you know Elvis also did some Christian music as well?
Mm-hmm. He was raised in church. That's how he's got to start.
He was raised in church. I feel bad for the guy.
That
he did what he did.
That might be because my heart is 3 times too small.
That's right, Tabitha. Grow a nice warm heart, for crying out loud.
I'll try, but
I mean, your skin is clammy, cold.
My skin is clammy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to take this. I can be sick another day.
Listen, Tabitha, that's a reference to the Jim Carrey movie,
Oh, that's probably why I didn't take, or why I took offense to it.
Because remember when she's hugging him, he goes, "What is it?" And she goes, "You're," and he goes, "Clammy, cold. Do I stink?" And she's like, "No, you're warm."
I choose not to remember a lot of that.
You don't remember that? Okay.
Yeah.
Who was very religious? Sorry. Elvis was? Yes. Elvis was religious, I guess.
He's not dead. He just went home from Men in Black.
Right. He's not dead.
He just went.
That's right.
Anyway.
His physical body's definitely dead.
Yeah.
And he was not taken up in a...
No, there's hundreds of them in Vegas. You don't know which is the real one.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Vegas.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, so I do like that movie. That's probably my favorite.
That's your top one?
Yeah, that's my top one of the 3.
All
what do you think, Aedo? Since we already know Tabitha's, she said it in the beginning.
Yeah, she likes the original.
That's right. Tabitha's favorite is the original.
I think it's just more of a nostalgic thing.
You know what I think your problem is, Tabitha? You like that it's only 30 minutes long. you don't have time for anything else.
Excuse you. When I sit down and watch Lord of the Rings, it's extended edition only. Okay. I have no problem sitting down and watching a 3-hour movie if it needs to be 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I do. It's not like, and the thing is, The Grinch is not my favorite Christmas movie. It's just out of these particular three. I do have to say that the newer one with Benedict Cumberbatch, I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. I just think that the Cindy Lou character, like her little backstory, added nothing to the story itself. Right. So I found that to be a frivolous interjection. So, but I definitely like that one better than Jim Carrey.
So you're going with the original.
I'm going with the original.
Dan has the most recent one.
Yep.
And for me, though I like the recent one, because I just saw it today for the first time. I thought it was amazing, great movie. In the animated world, that'll take the cake. In the physical, real world, Jim Carrey's movie would take the cake for me because of being from a props perspective. I got prop guy. I look at everything, and it was so wonderfully made.
Yeah.
If you put Jim Carrey aside for a second, and you look at the grand scheme of the whole thing, the production, what it took to bring that animated character to life.
I can't believe he could fit in like one of those dinky little cars, remote control cars.
Those cars are so cool. Yeah.
He's sitting on it and it's driving. I mean, how did they do that? How did he get his butt in a remote control
But
car?
even the bicycle, you see the one with the big bikes and the decoration and everything, it's to the T. So we have a split here because
it's a tie, I guess you could say.
I mean, I definitely would give mad props to the set design and everything like that. The use of colors, the use of the lighting to give it that quirkiness. It's just not for me.
Right. If we go story to, if it was 3 animated movies, I think the most recent one will take it. In my opinion, it was very well done. But we have one movie there. I
enjoy that one part too, where the bike drives by and he's got the saw behind his back, and he goes, "Here you go, kids," and he goes, "Now take it, chop chop, move along, go, run with it."
Yeah,
and then the bike falls apart. That was funny. All right, so that's your favorite one, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool. So sweet. So everybody, I guess this rumble was not much of a rumble.
Sure, it was. We argued.
Did anybody try to?
You made sexist comments. I called you out on them. It sounds like a rumble to me.
That was a good fight. It was a good fight.
Who's trying to convince me to change my mind here?
Yeah, we're just going to have to do it again because it ended up in a tie.
Yeah, it's a tie. Yeah, I think
each one won in its own right. Each one won in its own right.
That's so true. That's so true. Because each Grinch is totally different, and I think that's the thing, And obviously, we're 3 different people that like 3 different things, so it's like it's hard to, just kind of make somebody like something else.
No, I think it's not even that. It's the fact that they're the same, but they're distinct in their delivery.
Right.
The creative,
the creative side,
storytelling, obviously from different mindsets.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So you love the original because it's the original, right? Then you love the Jim Carrey because how it to bring it to real life, and then you got the next one, which is phenomenal. So
well, we'll all talk about if you want to. Our 2, no mention of the Illuminati. Disappointed Dan. Well, we'll all just say this: Jim Carrey is a part of the Illuminati.
He did. He mentioned it on what was it? The Jim Kimmel show, whatever it was.
Yeah. And he was doing the whole
thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So
he's also like a crazy comedic person. Was he saying
he
for
did
that
value?
No, he went.
And I'm sure he went crazy because of the whole Illuminati.
Well, what I mean is like comedy. I can't say the words. Comedians.
Comedic.
They say things, and whether it's religious,
right, and they try to be funny. But so
was he being
Not on this
At
one.
the same time, if you read the book of Aleister Crowley, see, now thanks R2, goodness. But if you read the book of Aleister Crowley, these evil people say they have to kind of bring that,
put it out there in front of people what they do, even if they're just kind of pretending to make fun of it, but they're telling people. Yeah, their arrogance is some.
People.
Yeah.
So does that mean that Dan is actually part of the Illuminati because he tends to mention it from time to time?
Well, it's not my fault. Everybody brings it up. These people are the Illuminati is evil. Let me tell you what.
Classic case of deflection. Right?
Hey.
I love it.
That's right.
R2, I think we may have stepped into something here. I'm just saying, Dan sounds like the perfect cover right here.
No. You know what?
More denial.
No.
I'm sorry.
Right? The harder you deny it, the more we'll just accept it. Mm-hmm.
Hey. Yeah. By the way, who likes my toy?
Oh, change of the subject. Again, deflection.
Deflection. That's good.
Goodness, no, I'll never worship the devil. Are you kidding me?
That's exactly what a devil worshiper would say.
I knew it.
Lies.
God knows
lies.
God knows me. Are you kidding? Come on.
Archie says, I knew
Satan
it.
Too. I'm just kidding.
Satan is not my God.
I didn't say that. I said God knows Satan too.
He made him.
Yeah,
you said God knows me. I'm like, well, God knows Satan. This used to be pretty tight.
Oh God, I'll be back.
That's right.
Oh, look, we started talking about Illuminati now. Ado's like, I gotta leave.
I gotta leave. It's too demonic for me. Get out of here.
I hear you.
Don't get me.
Christmas.
Don't get me started with that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's.
All right.
Your wife says didn't see enough rumbling with movie opinions, so we need some more.
I thought we did all right.
I think we did all right. Yeah,
apparently the people want like blood, man. Like they just like don't do this feel good stuff. We want to know, like, call each other idiots and nasty names and like put each other down or something.
You must be dumb for liking that movie. Look at it's the Grinch.
All I gotta say is one thing: Santa Claus wins.
Which Santa Claus?
This Santa Claus.
Oh, all right. Because there's lots of Santa Clauses out there.
Oh yeah, we need to do that one. You guys need to do that one too, because I love those movies.
Those are good.
Those would be cool.
Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3 with Tim Allen.
And the one, the Christmas Chronicles.
Is
that the one with Kurt Russell?
Yes. Oh man,
good.
Kurt Russell does a good
1
job.
and 2 are amazing.
He did a good job. I liked it.
Wholesome. You'll love it.
Yes, wholesome.
Great movie.
But they're only on Netflix, aren't they?
I believe so.
I don't have
you
Netflix
seen
anymore.
Have you seen Fat Man?
I've seen a Fat Man.
I beg your pardon. I'm not fat.
I am, but that's besides the point. But have you seen the movie Fat Man? It's supposed to be that was Mel Gibson as Santa Claus.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
I've seen like pictures of it, but isn't it like isn't it out of my wheelhouse of preferences?
Yeah, I think there's some swearing in it, and there's a lot of blood and gun shooting.
Well, I can handle blood and gun shooting. I'm down with that. But
okay, just the swear words. All right, you know what?
Depends on how
inside the booth needs to buy. You know what we need to get? We need to purchase VidAngel.
VidAngel. So we can share
movies, so that you can watch movies without the swearing and all that stuff. By the way, this is a free plug. VidAngel, if you see this is a free plug. Sponsor us. That'd be fun.
We would love that.
Hey, Dan, if you guys ever decided to do a John Wick, hook me up too.
Oh.
John Wick, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of what's his doohickey.
Yeah, but you gotta watch John
Keanu
Wick.
Reeves? Okay, we's about to rumble now.
Yeah, that guy's humble, man.
He's okay. He's okay.
He's a good guy. If you know his backstory, you understand what he went through. You would see him in a different way.
I'm not talking about him as a person. It's not
as an actor.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you seen John Wick?
Some of his. Yes.
Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure.
Okay, Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure. Gosh, he's the best actor ever.
No, he's Ronin. He's dry. I get his acting. I get it. I know what you mean. But the John Wick movies are fantastic. You got to give the guy credit. The guy is actually skilled in those weapons.
Yeah.
That guy's a beast. I would not.
I think he's the type of guy that likes whenever he takes on a role, he likes to like really take on that role and become that thing or something.
No, so he's just got that, and he makes motorcycles too. His brand of motorcycles are gorgeous.
People took my words out of context.
I was right, Dan.
See what you started doing.
Nothing wrong with Keanu Reeves. I'm talking about maybe some movies and his acting in those movies.
But that's who Keanu Reeves is. It's the only way we know him, you know. It's through his acting in his movies.
Dan killed your puppy. Get him.
Right. There you go.
Steve's got a puppy. Dogs are interesting.
Do you know anything about the John Wick movies?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so that's why I was like, he's not going to get Aedo's reference.
Oh, you never seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh, dude.
There's something weird about me. If it doesn't look interesting to me, I'll never probably.
Weird. You must be a woman then, apparently.
What?
That's what you said. Women are weird. You must be a woman.
I am
weird about you.
Dave.
We got Whitey Wicked Workshop. Dave White is in the house. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, you're late, Dave. We're about almost done, I think. And I know he's like, he goes, yeah, but I like it. I like to come on and make it go another hour.
Wow.
Yeah. Dave. Yeah. He's awesome, man.
Steve says, grr. Sorry, Steve.
Dude, you're missing out for sure. I agree with you, Steve. He's missing out on these movies on John Wick.
Now, I didn't watch the first one because I was told that, number one, it wasn't necessary to watch the other movies, and that there was most of the pervasive language was held in the first one. And so since I don't have the filtering system, I'm like, well, I'll give it a try. I mean, I know the gist of the first one, you know, with the dog and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I watched the other ones and I was like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, all 1, 2, and 3. I just
I mean, like I watched them all in one night and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need the next one. The next one.
It's that good.
Yeah.
Action wise is unreal.
Whatever. I'll watch them sometimes.
Do it.
Maybe not for Christmas because I do, Christmas movies usually.
Right.
No, for sure.
So we'll have to do that, after January, because January we got this whole superhero thing going on.
That's right, people. We're doing superhero month come January.
My brother's idea, not mine.
It's pretty freaking awesome. Better than Ghostbusters month.
Hey now. Hey.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Hey, I like Ghostbusters
down.
Too. I like Ghostbusters too. I just like the fact that superhero month is going to give us a much wider variety. That's all.
I'm doing a giveaway. I don't know if you saw it, Dan, on my YouTube channel. I'm doing a giveaway of the coaxium transport case for Star Wars. That's a giveaway that we're doing now. My next giveaway, I'm gonna. You heard it first here, all right, inside the booth. I'm actually giving away a proton pack.
Which one? The one that they just brought out?
The one you saw on the last one, behind me.
Okay,
I'm giving that proton pack out.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna give it away a proton pack.
I don't need that one.
It's gonna be a giveaway. You want the one that's $400? I get it.
Yeah. Somebody buy that for me. They're done doing the deal thing tonight. I would buy it for me, and then I'll pay you back.
Why don't you just buy it? I
don't have the money,
Well, if you don't have the money, you can go to my YouTube channel when I put that one out, and that proton pack is going to come out forever as a gift from Fabworks for those who like Afterlife and like Ghostbusters. So I'm going to be giving that away, and then I'd like to get with you regarding if you're doing that superhero stuff in January.
Yeah.
So we can do something kind of cool there.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Oh, we plan to do cool from now on.
That's right.
Not that we weren't doing cool before. Right, exactly. Right. We're just going to magnify the cool. That's all.
We're always cool, man. Look at that.
Rock up, man. Rock it up.
Rock it on.
His hair is just kind of hovering in.
If it was like short on the top, it would be definitely mullet time. Yeah. Did you know I did a mullet back in 2003?
You did?
Because somebody paid me to do a mullet. Yep.
That's the only way you should wear a mullet is if someone pays you.
That's right.
I would love to grow a hair.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. I was working at Napa Auto Parts at this time, right? And one of the customers is like, dude, Dan, I'll give you $200 if you do a mullet, because I was growing my hair out kind of like this. And I said, okay, I'll do it. Yeah, let me do it. Yeah, so I did it. I did a mullet, and I got paid $200 for a mullet.
Nice.
He also told me to dress as a pirate for a week, and he'd give me another $200.
Wow.
I did that too. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, do you know why men are bald? Did you know? Do you know the reason why? Too much testosterone. Oh. No, not married men. No, men are bald. Too much testosterone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, that's what you can tell yourself.
I am telling. I'm sticking to that story. Can you at least let me have one? For the love of all that's holy, give me that at least.
No, I'm going to be honest. Earlier when you said Aedo, like, you guys know I'm clean shaved. I don't have anything on. It's like I've only ever seen you with a hat, so no.
Oh no, I shave everything off. Yeah, I don't like. This is the only thing I like to grow. I cannot stand here touching my ears. It drives me nuts. Yeah, so I shave everything.
So you were never one of those hippie guys back in the 70s.
Dude, 70s? When do you think I was born?
You were born like in 51.
So now he's an ageist. Not only is he making sexist comments, he's making ageist comments. Like,
how do
you feel about that?
All right, don't change the topic. No, you landed in the lion's den. You better speak up, brother. How do you think I am?
TD, what's up? In all seriousness,
depression.
Come on.
You look like you're maybe about 45, 46.
Okay, Tabitha. Yeah. Be kind. How old do you think I am?
How old do I think you are? Mm-hmm. I would have had to go a little closer to 50.
No.
Okay. I bet it's because you have a longer beard and it's all white. So
right. I'm in my late 40s.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's what I said.
Closer. No, you said 50.
I said closer to 50.
Don't put me over the hill just yet.
I didn't. I said closer.
I got one pinky toe in the grave, not the whole foot.
Closer does not mean is. So
everybody's guessing. 54.
I take the win.
Everybody's 50. Damn.
Now the only
I love you guys too.
Let me tell you. The only reason why I thought I think a little bit younger and stuff.
Right.
First, how you act. Secondly, I have friends that are about 40 years old and they're all white. And I'm like, dude, how'd you go white? And they go, I went white when I was 25. I go, 25? You go white at 25? So you look like you're 50 your whole life.
I got a buddy of mine that when I met him, 26, he was 26 years old, and he more white than me.
Yeah.
I didn't even get that.
Can I honestly say though, Aedo, if I had to put a number on it, I would have thought honestly, just because like Dan was saying, the way that you act and everything, I would have thought. I thought you were one of those rock star 50-year-olds. Like the way that you act and everything, I'm like he's one of those
like cool, a rock star.
50-something-year-olds is what I thought, to be honest.
Right. Thank you. Definitely, that's a nice compliment. Thank you so much.
I do mean that total compliment. I'm like one of those cool 50-year-old guys that's just I don't know, just one of those guys that you would love to hang out with.
I'll love come over and hang out. We have a blast.
50-year-old wrinkles. That's another thing. Your wrinkles are not 50-year-old wrinkles. They're still young. You got.
Oh no, I can only base all of this basically on your voice.
Yeah.
And your hair. So.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being kind, Tabitha. Don't be like Dan. Okay.
I try. I'm not part of
that's the bot. Okay. Hey, R2, where are you? Go get rid of that bot.
Bot.
Thanks, TD.
Oh yeah, those are nasty people.
Those are nasty people. It says Vask Tech or something. .tech.
They leave links that go to not nice places.
Oh, like the naughty, not the nice. But the naughty place.
They'll do that on my YouTube channel. I'll get comments from links.
Thank
like
you, R2.
That. And
You saw what David wrote?
He goes, if we're going to buy the way we act, and
Aedo and I are 10. We are, brother. Love you.
Your wife said come over and she'll make Cuban food.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, please.
Come over.
Yes, please.
TD says that's why I know. He must have clicked the link. Sorry, TD, that you clicked the link. If you did click the link, or if you've known because you've done it, clicked people's links before, then
R280. That's good.
So much backpedaling from Tabitha.
I'm not backpedaling.
She gave compliments. She gave compliments.
I'm not backpedaling, man. You'll know when I'm backpedaling.
Pledaling? What's a pledaling?
I'm sorry. I can't get my words out.
That's all right. That's usually me every single time we stream. So good job.
I love you guys.
Thank you. It's you.
You guys
today.
rock.
It's not me. Hey, don't forget, everybody,
to use your manners. Pinky's up, Dan. Where are your manners?
My pinky was almost up. My pinky only goes up if I have a handle. Either the pinky goes like this, or if it's a smaller cup, my pinky's always up.
I need my voice tomorrow, guys.
Oh my god!
Pinky's up, man.
I read it too much into that. Sorry.
And if it wasn't for Aedo, I wouldn't have read as much into that.
He kept going. He kept feeding.
I do.
Feeding the monster.
Oh my gosh, that was good.
By the way,
too much.
Mountain Dew tastes like.
Then why do you
and we are demonetized. That's right, Dax. Just like that. Done.
So,
Tabitha, can you put up your ears? Or it won't let you.
No, it doesn't look like there's any wires.
No, there's no wires in them.
That's why they look like donkey ears. That's why I was like, is that what kind of ears are those supposed to be?
I was thinking if I go on Tim Talks, if he has it again this week, I was going to turn my hat around so I would look like Dobby. So you don't see the Star Wars.
That's good.
Wow.
That's good. That's really good. I just have like little wires and you can pull them and they're like, boop, and they stick up.
Yeah, that would be cool. And it'd be Pinocchio. The lost boys that turned into donkeys with his voice.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, Dax. That would have undone it if we were monetized. By the way, everybody, share our stuff. We're almost at 500 subscribers. We want to get to 500 by the end of the year. So let's try to push that out a little bit.
I'm okay with January 1st. Just saying.
Okay. We're okay with January 1st. As long as it's like midnight, like at 1 or in the morning or something.
Getting close to that
I'm
1,000
not doing
mark,
it anymore, anybody. See? I'm not doing it no more.
No more pinky up.
I'm going to keep
Keep that sucker super good, buddy.
Matey. Yeah.
Too much.
No, I wanted to be a pirate one time, and I painted a crossbones and skull on one of my Jeeps when I was younger.
Okay.
Yeah. It was kind of funny. I don't know. I thought it was cool, but then other people thought it was stupid, and I'm like, I don't know. So I kind of grew out of that, but still, once in a while, the pirate thing was cool.
Pirate thing is cool.
But of course, pirates aren't really cool because they're evil.
Of course they are. They're villains, and we need to understand why they are villains.
That's right.
And
because
anyway,
they're nice, and then they go bad.
Steve says, seeing how I'm new here, may I ask what it is you normally do on this channel? I'm really enjoying this stream. Well, we pretty much do everything that we're doing tonight. Talk about this, that, and the third. And
That's
movies.
right. Yeah. Movie reviews, interviews, and rumbles like this. We also have a show called The Review instead of The View, where we got a bunch of people on the panel, and we just chit-chat about all geeky stuff and whatnot. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag tonight. I'm not really that much of a geek, but
he's a wannabe.
I'm a wannabe.
I'm
a wannabe geek. I love it, and I like the stuff, and I like everybody who are geeks. But that's why we have people like Tabitha on and Aedo and all the geeky people. Davey,
excuse me, I'm a nerd. I don't classify myself as a geek. I'm a nerd.
Okay, so then it's the same thing.
It is not the same thing.
Nerd.
Excuse you. I mean, see, only a non-nerd, non-geek would say that. They don't understand.
I don't understand nothing. Anyways, let me comb my beard.
Anyways, what a girl. Anyways, let me comb my hair.
Let me brush my hair. Wow, that hurt.
We don't normally groom ourselves, Steve, on the show, but tonight, apparently, we must look fab because we've got Aedo with us from Fabulous.
That's right, Aedo. If it wasn't for Aedo, we'd be boring today. Because apparently we had a few people drop out tonight.
Dropouts.
Just a couple.
You guys rock, though. All your shows rock. I love watching your shows.
Well, we love it when you watch our shows. And yes, everybody else out there, Dax, R2, TD, Ada, Avery, and everybody else who watches our shows, we love you too.
Yes, thank you for sticking with us.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. And if you haven't subscribed already, go subscribe to our channel. We got some cool stuff. We got some cool old stuff. Somebody said something, and I was going to tell them to go watch another video. I forgot what it was. It was up like in the beginning of the stream. But I didn't do it. I don't know why. Oh, hey, by the way, I'm creating something cool. Has to do with, obviously, most people seen on my Twitter account, has to do with Ghostbusters and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Creating a drawing. And why is it so hard to draw on Photoshop with a mouse?
Skill.
Because you have to do it with a tablet.
Well, I don't have them.
Like, I can draw on Photoshop too. It's just and I'm not saying that in a derogatory sense.
Okay, so here's my process.
It has to do with skill. You literally have to develop the muscles in your hands and your wrist in order to control the mouse as well as you can to draw in Photoshop.
Right.
Yeah, but there's things that the mouse just cannot do. The tablet, when you get a tablet, you can get one. They sell one. It's called the Bamboo. I think it's like $100.
Okay.
It's a small surface though, but it'll get you going into the larger
ones. I've
this.
seen people with like pads, not tablets, but
a
pad that hooks the computer.
I thought about getting one, but I don't know where to start either.
They're called those are called Cintiqs. And you can draw right onto it. It's a monitor, and you can draw right on it. You can do that now also with the new iPads. But it's not Photoshop. It's a different drawing program, but it's still good.
So can I just tell you guys my process of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm the type of person that I like to. No. Thanks, Tabitha. You're awesome tonight.
I'm sorry. It's been a whole week, guys. I've had all of this bottled up.
I know. I love it. So
honesty.
Yes, the mouse is horrible to draw with. But listen, guys.
Yeah.
I like to draw with pencil and paper, right? But I'm the type of guy that has to. I'm not like Tabitha, where I can just kind of see it in my mind and then I can just draw it out.
Right.
I can see it in my mind, but I don't know how to draw it how my mind sees it. So I have to have it like on a paper for me to draw it, right?
So why don't you draw it first on paper and then scan it into Photoshop and then finish it off there?
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Because with my drawing skills.
So seriously, hello.
Jeez, listen. All right, so this is what I do. This is what I'm good at Photoshop. So I'm photoshopping like I'm taking pictures. Thanks, Tabitha. so I'm taking pictures. I couldn't find.
It was a yawn. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
All right, so all right.
You made me cry.
I'm glad to say I'm not the only one who has those moments on here. Like I'm making other people cry now. It's not just me.
Yeah, go. Sorry, go, Dan.
Aedo, stop interrupting. Let Dan continue.
I know. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Okay, go.
Tabitha's had this all, built up in her when she was doing other people's live streams. She can't be like this.
It's hard.
She's got to be like, yeah. And when she tries, she realizes, oh, maybe I shouldn't. So she kind of backs down.
I do. I hate the idea of hurting somebody's feelings. So,
what the heck did you just call that?
Oh, and just a tangent. Apparently, the other day I told Tim that he looked like a cocker spaniel because he was I didn't realize he was wearing a helmet, but his hair just has curly hair, and it kind of poofed out. And he's like, "Yeah, I like this look." I'm like,
"Oh my gosh!"
And I didn't really mean to say that, but I did.
Well, see, Dan, I love you, bro.
We got Tabitha used to doing that here, is because it's entertaining. We love that stuff.
Oh my gosh!
It's like brothers.
I feel like I owe him a possible.
But when she goes to other places, she can't be like that. I don't know.
I have to feel it out. Look, my mother raised me to be on my best manners when you meet new people. So, Dan, you're old people now. So
she critiqued your drawing so quickly. It was not even funny.
Yeah, she didn't even let me finish.
No.
Anyway, sorry.
All right. So anyways, I couldn't find drawings or like paintings or pictures of like a turtle squatting with his head like this, holding something. I know it sounds stupid, but in the end of what I'm doing, it'll be awesome. But so what I did was I took the turtle and I took pieces of different turtles to put them together, and I didn't care what color they were because I knew I was drawing it. So then I put that together. Then
I'm listening, bro. I'm listening. Go.
And then I drew it out. So that's what I have to do. I got to put it in Photoshop. I got to draw
Sounds
it out.
Great.
Print it. Thank you, Tabitha. It's wonderful. Then I want to draw my hand.
I'm gonna die.
To draw.
Oh my gosh.
No, I get it, Dan. It was just all of a sudden I was like, with no context, that sounds like some kind of mad witchcraft over there. I'm gathering pieces of different turtles and putting them together.
It's too much.
He's like, and I don't care if they're different colors. Well, start to be inclusive.
Tabitha, you got me sweating over here. Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm coughing up phlegm in my guts. So.
Oh, good gravy.
Andrew turtle soup, yes. Just pieces of turtles.
No, Dan, seriously, I'm looking forward to what you are creating. Lies.
Go repent right now, woman. Oh my God. She closed it.
She turns herself off. She's done.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be cool.
What you're doing looks good so far because I totally understand drawing with the mouse. Very difficult. So the fact that like when you can look at it and you know exactly what it is, what you've got right now, and you've got motion. It's not like you're just drawing straight on. You've actually got motion in your picture, which is very difficult to achieve. So I think what you've got so far is really good.
Thank you. But yeah. So that's what's gonna be.
Sorry.
And even though the lines are a little, squiggly or whatever. I made her spit it out. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It was R2.
If it was still here, he'd be like, even when you cough out the phlegm, you're still gorgeous, Tabitha.
I just spat water all over my carpet.
Oh, gosh.
Good job.
This is too much. All right, so you're drawing and you're bringing it into Photoshop, though.
Right. I'm doing it all in Photoshop first, then draw it from Photoshop, then print it out, so then I can do more of a more detailed drawing because I know how to do that on paper. In Photoshop, I don't know how to do the whole detail stuff with the shading and all that stuff. So, or even straight lines in Photoshop. So that's why I'm like, okay, I'll put it in Photoshop.
Illustrator is better for that, in my opinion, than Photoshop. I only ever do my drawing in Adobe Illustrator because it will straighten out your lines, and then you can always go back and add more points that you can then manipulate. So you don't have to redraw everything. I mean, that's what I learned in college. So that's what I'm more familiar and comfortable with. But
yeah, you're right on the Illustrator, and you can do gradients and all that. You can do different things. On Photoshop, when you're using the tablet and the pen, you can do some really cool stuff with that too. And I can show you some things, Dan, to help you out with that. With inking it and then bringing it into doing it, even inking it in Photoshop as well, because that's all you have. All you have is Photoshop? Do you have Illustrator too? Do you have the whole suite or just Photoshop?
No, I just got Photoshop.
All right, so I'll show you the Photoshop.
CS. That's all I got.
CS what?
CS2 back in 2003. That's when they made that one.
Wow.
I'm not that much far ahead of you. I have CS5. So I can't say. But I mean, I do most every.
That's what I got.
I do.
And it is very hard to use the mouse, but I'm gonna. It
sucks because Adobe makes you do subscriptions now. Like you can't just own it. You have to.
Yeah, you can't buy it for.
And I hate
$400.
I do the Adobe Creative Cloud because it offers you so much, and I know it's the old way of doing Photoshop that you own it versus this way. But this way, you get all they're constantly upgrading everything, and I get the whole suite.
Dad is back and looking fat.
That's right, Tim.
Dad is back and looking fat. What's up, Tim?
Talking about you, I think.
Tim has never looked more handsome. That's exactly what I said earlier.
That's right.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah, I just hate the idea of having to do a subscription rather than owning it.
Yeah,
me too.
I know there are other creative platforms or software that you can get, but I've used Adobe for so many years now, for like a decade. To switch over, I'm afraid that it would just set me back.
I won't switch from Adobe. That's all I've learned too. And I recently, like doing videos and for YouTube now, is Adobe Premiere. I think that program is so awesome, and Adobe After Effects for all the graphic, special effects stuff.
Have you ever heard or used Blackmagic?
No.
And I mean the program, not actual Blackmagic.
No, I know what you mean.
To clarify, anybody in the Dan or something.
No, I haven't used those.
I've heard good.
Are they plugins or a separate program?
They're a separate program. They're supposedly supposed to be easier than an Adobe Premiere, but I don't know.
Okay.
I like the idea that you get to own it. That's the one thing where it's like,
That's
But
if you want to
I do most of my drawings.
Well,
approve of Blackmagic.
If you want to get something that's pretty new, and this was by Dave from WikiWake Workshops told me, is Photopea.
Thanks for
Photopea is free.
Goodbye. Look
it up, and it has the same interface and usage as Photoshop. It's crazy.
Okay.
And it has all the latest bells and whistles of Photopea. If you want to use something free,
I just want to say, by the way, David, thanks for subscribing.
Oh, bye, David.
Yeah.
Thank you, bud. Appreciate you.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Photopea is a good one for doing like Photoshop. It has the same interface. It looks identical like Photoshop. It's amazing. Right. And then if you want to do like 3D animation or 3D modeling, you want to get spit it out, a Blender. It's absolutely free. Really, that's what they use in like Marvel movies, Marvel movies and all that.
Still live.
They use Blender. It's absolutely free. I use one called Fusion 360, but that's a paid program and extremely expensive.
Yeah, Fusion 360 is good.
Yeah, but it's an amazing program. Yeah,
I have a bunch of brushes that I've collected over the years for Photoshop, and I'm just afraid of like having to start over and then find them. And,
right.
You know.
Tabitha, you know who? What's the name of the Kamui cosplay? She's a cosplayer. Have you heard of her? Mm-hmm. No, or Lightning Cosplay. Look up their channels.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, they're from Germany, I believe. They use Blender.
Is that a racist comment? You just assume because I'm half German, I would know who these people are?
No. I just caught on to that. That's a good one. No, yeah, but they are from Germany, you know. But check them out. They're really, really, really good cosplayers. And
she's called Lightning what? Sorry?
Lightning Cosplay.
Okay.
Or the other one's Kamui Cosplay. And they use Blender to do a lot of their gear, their armor. Okay. And they 3D print it. It's amazing.
You know, if I was married to Aedo, I would do the same thing.
What? That's why I let Aedo do all the drawing and designing. I just write out what I see in my head and tell him so he can create it. I have to do it all. Like I'm a one-woman show. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you do all your video editing.
I would rather tell somebody what my idea is, and then they do it, and then I look at it and go, yeah, this is it. Or change this a little bit, or change that.
Yeah.
That would be easier, I think.
Well, yeah, depending on what it is. I mean, it's kind of like being a director for a film. It's like you're not in charge of the costumes. You just tell people, I want it to look like this, and they make it.
Unless it's a B movie and you're making it yourself, then you are in charge of the costumes. And
right. True.
Don't worry, everybody. I'll get one more out there someday. That movie that we always talk about. People are like, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. Anyways.
Dax says that, Dan, if you were married to Aedo, this show would be way different. I'm afraid.
I don't know that I would be here if Dan was married to Aedo. So, just say.
That's true.
And we would make such an ugly couple. Horrible.
Too much hair.
No, yeah. No, too many Chewbacca's in one room.
That's right. Look at that beard. Tabitha, I like your beard too.
Thank you. I made it myself.
I made it myself. Did you sew that together?
Does your brother have your brother doesn't have a beard, does he? He does. Yeah. It's a low, right? Low beard.
My brother does.
Short.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to me. I'm like,
I thought he was talking.
How does he know my brother? Because yes, he does have a beard, and it is.
Yeah.
How does he know my brother?
Spying.
Well, he is subscribed to your channel now. I pushed him towards your channel. I'm like,
he did. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Check out.
Appreciate that.
He's
I really do.
Aspiring room builder too. So.
Oh really? Tom hit me up on Facebook on my personal. Whatever he needs, man, I'll help him out.
Oh, he would love that.
Absolutely.
TD says, I'd be
past your pool and marry you both. Well, Dax says, my God, imagine what the kids would look like. They would just be cousinets.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it. I got a nice head of hair.
This show went south.
Right. I was gonna say, Dan, I gotta save my voice. I gotta go.
All right, everybody. Hey,
yeah.
This is the end of the show, and it might get edited and be cut off after the whole what were we talking about? The Grinch. After the whole Grinch part, this portion might get cut out, and you can only watch this portion on Patreon. That's right.
Cool. Pay for
I'm gonna make you guys go over to Patreon and pay $1 a month, even if it kills me.
Cool beans.
So, anyways,
we'll miss you, Dan.
I know. So anyways, go hit us up. Get yourself some giftedizing. Remember that giftedizing, not merchandising this month. Yo, Aedo, it's Ken.
Nice. What's up, Ken?
Thanks for coming at the end, Ken. We're done. I'm going to tell you guys how to buy our merch. This guy built some crazy cool stuff. Yes. And TD says, Dan, you darn capitalist.
That's right.
Yes, I am. Darn me. All right. So, anyways, go get some giftedizing. Make sure you buy some beautiful gifts for your loved ones, for your not so loved ones, because this will show them you do love them.
Or that you at least love us.
Shh, don't tell people. There's
what
else? We got neck gaiters, t-shirts like this one, hoodies, and we got hoodies. We got other stuff. We also got your famous thank you, Avery, and then thank you to Mrs. R2 and R2 for creating the famous wing hug logo. So
yeah, thank Rayron for introducing us to that.
Right. Avery and Rayron introduced me to the whole wing hug thing, and then obviously it went from there. So thank you guys for that. Our wing hug logo stuff is going to be limited time only, so make sure you get some of that wing hugs. Who knows? It'll come back another time, but for now, it's gonna be limited time.
In the spring, once it transforms again.
Once it transforms into a dove with fingers. Yeah, so don't forget about that. Go to our Patreon, become a member for only just $1 a month. You'll get almost everything. You won't get everything, but you'll get almost everything. Yes, Avery. Rayron did start it.
That's right. And of course, don't forget Tuesday. That's the Scuttlebutt. Will be on Scarif Podcast, a Red 5 network.
That's right. Go watch us Tuesday, the 14th, over on the Scuttlebutt Podcast. And we will tell you where to find it if you don't know where to find it on Tuesday on this channel. But we won't really be here. So,
oh my goodness! Whatever do you mean, man?
Because
how is this possible in the day and age in which we live with technology?
We are magical. That's why.
Sounds good to me.
And don't forget to check out Aedo's Fab Works in the description below. Go subscribe to that wonderful guy. He's got some awesome stuff. He does some awesome stuff.
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome. And then don't forget, go over to Tabitha's Dreaming Tabitha YouTube channel and watch her drawings and all that stuff that she does.
Close to 300 subscribers, guys. That's so cool because I started this year off with 24.
Oh, nice.
I know. Thank you, everybody.
And then we all joined arms. We linked arms together, and we all grew our channels together. That was great. Right. And we'll still keep growing, everybody. Everybody will still keep growing. Ken says, St. Augustine Pirates. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's where he's from? Mm-hmm. Cool. Hey, we like piratey stuff, too. So subscribe to our channel. We did a pirate thing once.
Review.
Yes, that's right. Which movie was that? Pirates of the Caribbean something. The newest one, the latest one that they did. Yeah, so. But if you also like Ghostbusters, Star Wars, and other nerdy, geeky stuff.
And Christmas, because guess what, guys? We're doing Christmas stuff this month. Can you tell?
Can't you tell? Like, oh my gosh. Like, really? Like, oh my gosh. All right, so everybody, thanks for watching. We love you all. Have a good night.
Good night, folks.
Good rest of the week, and hopefully you watch us on Tuesday, and then you guys can have a good rest of the week, because Tuesday you still got to see us.
That's right.
So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for coming.
Good night, folks.
Aedo for coming. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me, brother.